Okay, let's picture 1930s America. The economy has collapsed like a badly made chair. Dust, poverty, disappointment are roaming everywhere. Into this walks two ranch workers, George and Lenny, two best friends, one small, sharp, permanently stressed human, one giant human golden retriever with muscles capable of moving mountains, and judgment capable of losing a fight with a potato. Okay, George is clever, tired, and spends half of his life cleaning all the Lenny's accidental disasters. Lenny, on the other hand, is huge, kind hearted, and loves soft things rabbits, mice, puppies, silk. Basically, if something feels fluffy, Lenny wants to hold it, and he wants to hold it tight. Small problem. Lenny does not understand his own strength. Let's get to the story now. The story opens with them walking around a ranch in California after leaving their previous job. Why? Because Lenny touched a girl's dress. Why? Because it felt soft. So the girl panicked and people assumed the worst. The girl put rape allegations on Lenny. So suddenly George and Lenny had to run away and go to some other ranch for work. George carries a dream, like people carry emergency snacks, you could say. One day, the dream is one day they'll own land, their own farm, with no bosses, no wandering, no yelling, no sleeping in strange places. Lenny gets excited because George promises he'll get rabbits and all sorts of animals chickens, cows. They'll cook their own food, they'll have soup at night, all small cottage life they imagine. And Lenny is very excited about rabbits. Why? Because he likes soft things. The rabbits are Lenny's version of financial planning. Now they arrive at another ranch. First, let's meet Candy. Old ranch worker, missing a hand, possesses two things sadness and money. And next worker is Slim, ranch equivalent of that one person whom everybody respects without explanation. Why? He's wise, calm, capable. Maybe he smells like competence because the boss's son, Curly, have doubt that maybe Slim and his wife are having an affair. Let's meet Curly. Curly is the boss's son, small man, large ego, built entirely from insecurity and bad decisions. He spends most of his time trying to prove he's tough. And the weird thing about him is he wears a glove full of Vaseline just to keep his wife happy. And let's meet Curly's wife now. She never gets a proper name in the story. She's lonely, trapped, constantly looking for someone to talk to. It's so irritating. Everybody avoids her because Curly behaves like jealousy was invented specially for him. And she's finding Curly all the time, which is just a reason to go to the workers' hut ranch to talk to them. You know how she is attention seeking bitch. Then there is Crooks. He's a black man who lives isolated because racism during 1930s America setting is brutal and ugly. Crooks carries loneliness. Ah, okay. So now life on the ranch moves forward. George works, Lenny tries his best. George repeats instruction approximately 900 times. Don't cause problem. Don't say a word if I ask you to. Unless I ask you to. And guess what? Lenny causes problems. Curly notices Lenny's size and decides this enormous farm worker is clearly the perfect person to fight. So, Curly attacks him. Lenny doesn't fight back because of George, and Curly just keep hitting him in the face until he was bleeding. So George finally snaps, fight him. Lenny grabs Curly's hand. The hand loses completely. They had to get plaster. It was so satisfying to read it. After this, Candy overhears George talking to Lenny about their dream farm. So Candy says that I have savings. I can give you money. Why? Because soon I'll be old enough and the boss won't want me around. Now, if I pay, please let me stay at your farm and I'll do the small things that I'll be capable of. Suddenly, the dream feels real. Three lonely men begin building an entire future out of hope. Of course, they have money. It feels beautiful, which is dangerous in this book. Because this book treats happiness the way thunderstorms treat picnics. Then comes a turning point. Oh, Lenny gets a puppy. Excellent idea, right? Terrible idea. Why? Lenny's strength. The puppy dies accidentally. Why? Because Lenny was petting him and suddenly his hand was too heavy for the dog. Lenny panics at exactly the wrong moment. Curly's wife enters. She starts talking as usual. She admits she's lonely, that her mother should have gotten her married to some else's place, and bitch behavior. She lets Lenny touch her hair because it feels soft. And all the time, Lanny was talking about how he loves rabbits. So she's like, you love rabbits, don't you? You are nuts about rabbits. And Lenny says, not just rabbits, I love soft things too. So she's like, oh, I comb my hair 50 times a day. You must touch it. They feel so soft. And then what? Lenny touches her hair and grabs it. She starts screaming. Readers everywhere collectively scream internally by reading this. Lenny panics when she gets scared. So, guess what? He grabs her harder, then harder. Then, to stop her from screaming, he puts his hand on her mouth and just twists it. She dies, and everything falls apart. The dream farm gone, the future gone. Now, Curly come to the place and he realizes that Lenny has killed his wife. So he starts talking about how he will torture Lenny, how he will shoot him in his nuts, and how he'll tie to him that pole and punch him, whatever. George realizes what will happen. A mob forms. People want revenge. Now George finds Lenny before they do. Lenny is sitting near a river waiting exactly where George once told him, if things go wrong, you have to come here and hide and wait for me. Now George sits beside him. One last time he tells Lenny about the dream. He asks Lenny to look at that hill and imagine the farm, the rabbits, the cows, the house, the crops, everything. And then George makes an impossible choice. You want to know what that choice is? He shoots Lenny.